New religious movements often emerge in America, bringing unfamiliar beliefs and practices. Outsiders may see them as strange or even dangerous, quickly labeling them as cults. This label creates suspicion and divides communities. Throughout American history, new faiths have faced this challenge. Families worry about loved ones joining these groups, fearing manipulation by charismatic leaders. The Unification Church, known as the Moonies in the 1970s, is a prime example. Led by Reverend Sun Myung Moon, they believed he was a new Messiah. Devoted followers saw themselves as building an ideal world, but the public saw something alarming. The media amplified fears, cementing the cult label. This pattern repeats. A new faith challenges the status quo, and society pushes back. The group must choose, remain outsiders or seek mainstream acceptance. The journey from fringe to mainstream reveals much about American religion. The Unification Church's story is just one chapter in this ongoing narrative. New faiths test the boundaries of tolerance and tradition. Their struggle is both spiritual and social. Acceptance is never guaranteed. The path is long, marked by suspicion and hope, but sometimes what starts as a cult can become a respected faith. The question is, how do they make that leap? In the 1970s, the Unification Church set up a camp near Boonville, California, with 1,000 followers. Their sudden arrival unsettled the small rural community. Locals saw devoted young people following a self-proclaimed Messiah, fueling suspicion. National news stoked fears, and the word cult spread quickly. Parents from across the country arrived, desperate to reclaim children they believed were brainwashed. Emotional confrontations erupted at the camp's gates. Followers felt misunderstood, families felt desperate. The camp became a symbol of the clash between new religious movements and mainstream society. On one side, believers on a divine mission. On the other, a community fearing for its future. The tension in Boonville captured America's anxieties about cults. It was a real-time drama of suspicion, faith, and family. The Boonville camp didn't last. County officials shut it down for health code violations, no proper sanitation for 1,000 people. The dream of a new ideal city ended abruptly, reinforcing the group's negative image. Outsiders saw irresponsibility and danger. Legal troubles didn't stop there. For over a decade, the Unification Church was caught poaching endangered leopard sharks from San Francisco Bay. This was a systematic, illegal operation. When discovered, the church faced court, hefty fines, and public outrage. They paid $500,000 to restore the damaged habitat. The scandal deepened mistrust. It's one thing to have unusual beliefs, it's another to break the law. The church's reputation suffered further. They weren't just seen as a cult, but as lawbreakers. Legal battles made mainstream acceptance even harder. Their actions became a cautionary tale for new religious movements. The Unification Church's struggles echo those of the Mormons. In the 1800s, Joseph Smith's new faith, complete with new scripture and polygamy, was branded heretical. Mormons faced violence, exile, and the cult label. Both groups began with charismatic leaders and radical beliefs. Both were seen as threats to the social order. Over time, the Mormons renounced polygamy and assimilated. The Unification Church shifted focus, building businesses and seeking influence. The cult label isn't always permanent. With time and change, outsiders can become insiders. Acceptance requires more than patience. It demands transformation. The journey from fringe to mainstream is long and deliberate. These stories show how American society tests, rejects, and sometimes embraces new faiths. The line between cult and church is always moving. In America, money and influence often determine whether a group is seen as a cult or a church. Wealth allows groups to polish their image, fund charities, and gain respect. The Unification Church learned this, building a financial empire and founding the Washington Times. Political donations bought powerful friends and protection. The Mormons followed a similar path, amassing vast wealth and global influence. Their financial power helped erase the stigma of their origins. When a group is small and poor, it's easy to dismiss it as a cult. But with money, media, and political connections, perceptions shift. The transformation from cult to church is less about beliefs and more about power. In America, cash and connections can open the door to legitimacy. The stories of the Moonies and Mormons prove it. In the end, acceptance is as much about influence as it is about faith.